Good Friday morning, everyone. It's Friday. Can I have a nice applause?
Always a good thing. Always a good thing.
Holiday.
Yeah, holiday
Yes,
weekend, absolutely.
I love it. And today we're celebrating that it's holiday. And we're celebrating fashion and design in anticipation of next week's Fashion Week right here in Atlanta. So, without further ado, we have a few special guests to tell us more about that. Judy Mauldin, Michael Habachy, and Dennis Dean. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Great
First
to be
and
here.
foremost, for anyone who's not aware of what a night to remember is, Fashion Week, tell us all about how it gets started.
Oh, wow. It's amazing. Fashion Night Out basically was started about 2009 with American Vogue. It was a combination of American Vogue, New York City, the city of New York, Mayor Bloomberg, and CFDA. And they wanted to do something to stimulate the retail. But in 2009, Atlanta was sanctioned as one of the first cities to get involved.
Excellent.
Which were very fashionable and
As
special.
well, I was just going to say, as well, we should be involved. Yes.
Absolutely. And so we had a little soft launch going on last year. This year, decided to do something big because Atlanta is big.
Yes.
We've got big energy. We got great people and creative people. So this year, a couple of us got together, formed a wonderful committee, and decided to do something a little bit longer than just a one-night stimulation.
Right.
So we've kind of kicking it off this year with a fabulous event, which is called A Night to Remember, which is on Tuesday, September 6th,
Great.
where we're going to be honoring Beth Ann Hardison and Willie Smith. And then we're going to roll right into the fashion component, which is going to kick off on Thursday, on the 8th. And that's going to be Fashion Night Out, where we deal with a lot of shopping.
Love that.
Lots of purchasing.
Great. And where is this so we can give people an
Well,
idea?
it's all over Atlanta. It's
Okay.
going to start. We've got pop-up stores that pop-up stores are going to go on in Atlanta between Atlantic Station and Midtown. And then,
Fun.
yeah, it's crazy. We've got wonderful designers coming in. Frank Tell is coming in from New York. Nikki Sock, who is here, an incredible designer. She's going to be doing some artwork, which is fabulous. And then also the different malls. We've got stuff going on at Lenox, Phipps, and then just boutiques across the greater Atlanta area.
Fabulous. Sign me up. I'm ready to go. I love
Okay.
that. And Michael, tell me about your inspiration for the design of A Night to Remember.
Well, first I want to thank Judy Mauldin for the opportunity because it's all going towards a great cause, and as an artist, interior designer, we don't really have very many opportunities to contribute. So super excited, and ultimately I get a lot of inspiration from fashion, art, design. And with the runway space, I wanted to just really showcase the models and the garments and do a beautiful, serene space that really showcased those beautiful garments on the
Telling
models.
the secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be very glamorous. It's very Hollywood.
Good.
I mean, it's one of the most decadent runway spaces I've ever seen in Atlanta. So
Great. And Dennis,
Definitely.
tell us more about this elegant evening. What can the crowd expect, and what's your role in the whole evening, in the whole week?
Basically, what I'm going to be helping out is with the kickoff event, we're doing the catering. And we've got a VIP party downstairs to one area. Then there's the actual fashion show, which is upstairs. I'm going to start out with a signature cocktail, which is a sinless margarita. You know, everybody's
Love
conscious
it.
of their weight, but
Yeah.
they still want to have a good time. So I think that'll be a nice way to kind of just kick the evening into where it needs to begin. Then we're going to do things like, I don't really like to tell too much about the menu. I'd really rather have people come to the event and see. But it's really kind of a fusion of New York, LA, Atlanta. I'm going to fuse a little bit of southern, northern, and I mean, I'm doing some things with crab, with lobster, some tuna. It's going to be wonderful. It's really, we're looking forward to it. The good thing about Judy is she really said, you know what, Dennis, this is your deal.
Love that.
Make it happen.
Yeah, good.
So we're excited.
Absolutely.
Well, and when you have somebody with your expertise and as knowledgeable as you are in your fields, I think that's the best way to handle it. Run with it. This is what we're planning, and you guys get creative with it.
Well, that's the great thing about this, is that just bringing all of these incredible creative people, one of the things it was just initially is like, hey guys, look, this is what I want to do. I think it's so important because Atlanta is, again, it's a very important city. We've got a lot of fashion people here, a lot of creative people, and to be able to bring that all together, and they're at the top of the food chain. So when you have that kind of energy here, and you just say, hey, look, like-minded people, let's do this. Dennis, can you feed us?
Yeah.
Michael, can you lace this place up and make it really special?
Right.
And then nobody stopped me. I just said, okay, well, what if? And they were like, okay. I'm like, well, what if?
Right.
And it's like, okay.
That's great.
It's all about a collaborative team that's making this happen.
Absolutely.
And really some amazing visionaries behind the whole thing. So I'll give you one more teaser. The runway is about 65 feet long, white lacquer with gold mirrored floors.
Ooh.
That's it, no more.
So-
That's it, stop.
That's
Yes.
it, that's all you get.
Yes.
Say no more.
Oh, wow.
Pink mahogany
That
on
is-
steroids.
Oh, my gosh. That sounds
Yeah, it's
fabulous.
very
Yeah.
And who is the event raising money for?
The event is benefiting the Mauldin Scholarship Fund at Savannah College in Art and Design, which is for African American and Hispanic students to attend that fabulous school that I completely adore.
Yep.
That was established in 2006. And then also, Beth Ann Hardison has a documentary that she is doing called Invisible Beauty, and it talks about the diversity in the runway. And I think it's important, again, for this whole fashion week, is that we tie in that education component. Because one of the things is that in as much as people are very serious about shopping and purchasing, and I am one of those people, I think it's also important that, you know, we educate. And a lot of people don't know that if it wasn't for a Beth Ann Hardison and a Willie Smith, the designer and the muse, that just that whole play and how that works and how they've opened the doors for so many up-and-coming designers. And people need to know that it takes a lot of work. You can be extremely creative, but it takes a lot of work. It doesn't just drop in your lap.
Absolutely. You got to persevere and
Exactly.
have your goals in sight, and you have to work hard towards it.
You've got to work hard.
Yeah.
You've got to work hard. So we're so excited about this event.
That's great. And once again, start off with the kickoff event on the 6th. Tell us how we can get tickets.
A Night to Remember. Please log on to antrfashion.org and purchase your ticket. It is a benefit, and we want people to come out and show support.
And get dressed up, right?
And
I mean, come on, we're not going
so
to.
important, please.
Yeah, please. You can't come in your grubbies when I hear the
Exactly.
way how
Yeah.
beautiful
No,
this
no,
thing's
it's-
going to be.
Absolutely. We've got the
Yes.
red carpet going on, and that's over 100 feet long, and we've got wonderful things going. It's going to be very special. It's going to be a
Hosted
great
by
night.
Tyson Beckford
Oh, I
as
can't
well.
forget
Yes.
Yeah.
that. Tyson Beckford and Kenny Lattimore. So it doesn't get much better
No, it
than
doesn't.
that.
It'll
No.
be star-studded attendance. And
That's so great. And you talk about the people that you're honoring. Forgive me for, I'm not familiar with them. So who are they in the whole design fashion realm?
Well, Beth Ann Hardison and Willie Smith are amazing people. Beth Ann Hardison basically started out as working in the fashion district in New York, and just kind of give you the short, she was discovered. Someone saw her and said, oh my goodness, you should be a model. So she briefly was a model. And Willie Smith, who is an incredible designer, we lost him early. And I think he was about 39 when he passed away, but an incredible designer. She was actually his muse. He got excited. He saw her one day through a photographer, and it's just amazing how things work, how kind of people get connected. But long story short, he fell in love with her. She became a muse. But this is what's going to really make A Night to Remember so important, because one of the things is that in the early 70s, and I'm going to tell this, the early 70s, there was a battle, a competition of fashion designers. It was the American designers versus the Paris couture designers. And so Oscar de la Rente's wife at the time came up with this idea that, hey, we should go compete with the Parisians. So they went to Paris to basically do a benefit to restore the Palace of Versailles. And the American designers showed up with a coalition of black models. And the Parisians had this huge production. I mean, it was like amazing. And they showed up with these young ladies in fabulous clothes. I mean, it was Oscar, it was Anne Klein, it was Stephen Burrows, it was Halston. But they walked the runway like it was nobody's business. I mean, they just killed it, to the point that Beth Ann was the one that basically closed the show down. And her attitude and the way she carried herself and walked down the runway, and when she stared at everyone in the audience, and they were just like, you know, who is this?
USA after that.
They flew up their fans and they were like, "Vive la America!" And they actually won the competition. So that's
great.
what we're really replicating as part of the tribute to Beth Ann and to Willie. And I think, again, it's going to be a night to remember.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for being here and for telling us all about it and getting us excited about it. See, it's just another thing to do after the long weekend. Actually, take Monday to relax and get ready for Tuesday
Absolutely.
and the nights that
And then come on
kick
out
off.
Thursday and shop.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who doesn't like that?
Exactly. It's
Well,
always fun.
tickets are available. available at antrfashion.org. That's antrfashion.org. And will benefit Invisible Beauty, the documentary by Beth Ann Hardison, as well as the Mauldin Scholarship Fund at SCAD. Thank you again.